Hello booktuber friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin. In this video we're going to be doing my April Candyland TBR. I hope you enjoy! We got a yellow card, and that is pick a book that is in the series. I was going to pick Lord of Shadows, Cassandra Clare. That's the second book of the Dark Artifact series. But to be real right now, I don't know if I have the focus for this. I can get it on Audible, but with how the weather has been lately, I probably am going to be hanging outside majority of the time with my son. So I am going to pick Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This is the new Hunger Games book that is about homage. I can't say much about this book because I don't want to get spoiled, as will anybody else that has not read this book, but I'm very excited to hear his story, and I slowly am getting to it. And being realistic, as soon as I picked this up, I started reading it, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to read any other series. But I am going to put another book on my list, since I am trying to read at least 2 books from my 25 and 25, and I'm going to put The Ashes of the Star-Cursed King, Book 2, and the Serpent and the Wings of Night series. And I think I left off at like 20% in it, so that'll encourage me to try and pick it back up. I didn't mind the first book, but I don't know if Krista Brownback is the one for me. But the first book, let me see if I can get was about Aura, and we try and pronounce the male's name, Ryan. And so far, where I left off, it feels like it's going to be a 4 stars. I gave Serpent and the Wings like 3 stars, so we'll have to see if I get to that book or not in April. We got a orange card, and that is pick a book from my physical TBR. I chose Heaven Official Blessings by Ting Kong Sifu. I wanted to get into this light novel. I've seen the first anime so far, and it encouraged me to grab the light novel. Since it's so long, it would be hard to read it in the, I think it's 2 to 4 week span at the library. So if I get into the first book, I should be able to read it faster if I get the rest from the library. And this one is A God Fallen, a Ghost Risen. Born the crown prince of a prosperous kingdom, Xingling was renowned for his beauty, strength, and purity. His years of dedicated study and noble deeds allowed him to ascend to godhood, but those who rise may also fall, and fall he does. Cast from the heavens and banished to the world below, 800 years after his mortal life, Xingling has ascended to godhood for the 3rd time. Angering most of the gods in the process, to repay his debts, he is sent to the mortal realm to hunt down violent ghosts and troublemaking spirits who prey on the living. Along his travels, he meets the fascinating and brilliant Xingling, a young man with whom he feels an instant connection, yet Xingling is clearly more than he appears. What mysteries lie behind the carefree smile? I'm excited to read this. This is also my book club pick on Fable. The link is in the description down below as always. So if you'd like to join for April, please join us. We picked a purple card, and that is a book prompt jar pick, and we got Animal on the cover, and I picked Leather and Lark by Brianne Reber, and I'm going to be getting that from the library. And there's, I believe, birds on the cover for an animal, and I believe the second book is about butchers, other brother, which I believe is Leather. I have to look at the synopsis so I don't give any spoilers away, because if you haven't read the first book, it could give spoilers away, so I try not to do that. Yeah, Leather is the, I believe, older brother, I think, from Butcher. And I think Lark is Blackbird's friend, if I remember correctly, in the first book. But I'm enjoyed reading it with Lindsay's book club on Fable, which is She and Books and Busy. And her book club is called Homely and Homely Book Clubs on Fable. I really enjoyed reading Butcher and Blackbird, so I'm going to be continuing this series with Leather and Lark. And it was very interesting, and if you are going to continue or possibly pick up the book, I would definitely check trigger warnings for Butcher and Blackbird as well as the rest of the series, because there are definitely different trigger warnings for each book. And I didn't mind it. I mean, I prefer certain things didn't happen, because I was glad I was not eating or doing anything else while reading that book. And the last draw was Candyland Candy Piece, and that is my daughter's pick. And she picked the Baby Dragon Cafe because she thought the cover was really cute. And that is by A.T. Qureshi and Amna Qureshi. And that is a perfect read for fans of Pumpkin Spice Cafe and Legend Lattes. And it's about Sepria open up her cafe for baby dragons if they're humans. She wasn't expecting it to be so difficult to keep the fires burning. It turns out young dragons are not the best magical animals to keep in a cafe, and replacing all that burnt furniture is costing Sepria more than she can afford from selling dragon roasted coffee. Aiden is a local gardener and local heartthrob, more interested in his plants than actual spending time with his disobedient baby dragon. When Aiden walks into Sepria's cafe, he has a genius idea. He'll ask Sophia to train his baby dragon, and he'll pay her enough to keep the cafe afloat. Sophria's happy-go-lucky attitude doesn't seem to do anything but irritate the grumpy but gorgeous Aiden. It says that everywhere she goes, she finds him there, but can this dragon cafe owner turn her favorite fortune around and maybe find love along the way? So hopefully I find it cute and enjoy the dragons in the cafe. My hopefuls I'm hoping to get to are at least reading half of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have been meaning to reread because this is my own copy, and I've been wanting to annotate it and just enjoy my time rereading the series again. I've been wanting to get to The Rose Bargain by Sasha Peyton Smith. This sold me when I saw it being compared to Bridgerton, The Selection, and the Cruel Prince trilogy. And I was like, yes, please, I would like to get into this series. I believe it might be a duology, and see if I like it. And mentioning of the Cruel Prince, I have not read the Cruel Prince trilogy, and it's very hyped on BookTube. So I will be reading the Cruel Prince with The Rose Bargain to see what the comparison is between the two, and if I like the Cruel Prince. I know it is a hit or miss depending if you like politics. Do not go into this book thinking that this is a love story. And this one is about Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in the treacherous high court of Fairy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there. But many of the Fates despise humans, especially Prince Carden, the youngest and wickedest son of the High King. To win a place at the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. So I'm excited to get to this one because I've heard it so much on BookTube. And the other ones I want to get to is rereading the Natural series, because one of my friends is also has a book club on Fable, which is called Page Turners. And I can't wait to reread this series with her since she has not read this series yet. I also I'm going to be reading The Wonderful Wizard of Oz in graphic format with by Marvel, and that is because I've been wanting to read a classic, and Wizard of Oz is probably the easiest one for me to reread. I read this when I was a child, and looking forward to getting back to it. Please let me know in the comments below what you are planning to read in the month of April. I hope you have a great reading month in the month of March as well as April, and I will see you next time. Bye!